The Pirate Chain, utilizing revolutionary cutting-edge technology that is pioneered and mastered for financial privacy cryptography. We're storing, sending, and receiving your money secure and anonymous isn't optional. It's our #1 priority. Go to pirate.black now and start to take control of your financial freedom. Download the Pirate Lite wallet using Mac, Windows, or Linux. Also available on Android under Skull Island and coming soon for Apple iOS. Pirate Chain Parlay starts now.
Alrighty, just waiting 1 second.
ARRR.
What's going on, everyone? Hope everyone has having a good day so far. And as you all know, my name is Draith. I'm the captain over at Pirate Chain, and let's go over some of the updates. So first thing I want to mention is that there was an article written by Wookie on Wall Street versus Reddit. It's an absolutely fantastic article as usual, because Wookie is one of the best writers I've ever seen. It argues that how Bitcoin is a transparent asset compared to privacy coins, which are now the only viable currencies, as compared to real money, because obviously fiat is, pretty much private. You can transact with it without anybody knowing. So Bitcoin, in a sense, is, not a viable currency, aside from all its technical issues, right? So, on top of that, if we don't embrace privacy coins, transparent blockchains will lead us down the opposite result, So more centralization and more financial oppression. And it's undeniable that the digital footprint following us, there is a digital footprint following us everywhere. So, but highly, highly recommend everyone reading that and supporting Wookie, because, like I said, he writes some amazing articles, and this is published on Hacker Noon and stuff. So, next on the list is the Anarcho-Poco event, right? So, as you all know, we sponsored that, and Lutz went down there, made some huge waves and a lot of connections and stuff. Now, we had a blog post that was put up on it with a video of pictures of the event. Lots and lots of good pictures and stuff. You'll see Lutz speaking and, mingling with all the people attending and stuff. It was some really, really good content that we were able to get. So hopefully next time we attend, we'll have even more pictures and, videos and such. On top of that, hopefully even more people attending. So I know that next time around, I'm going to try and attend myself. So. And as some of you may have seen on Twitter and everywhere else, we sponsored, showed videos, and collaborated on a stream with Komodo, and had a lot of people wearing T-shirts that Lutz made. So we were very, very visible, very visible. So, and another thing that we've done was we attended the Komodo event. Basically, it was the BPSA Komodo event that they hosted for us, and obviously Pirate Chain was there speaking about privacy and why privacy, and I was talking about why privacy is important and things like that. So there was quite a few viewers for that as well. So it was some really, really good content that came out of it. Now, as far as wallet updates, which I'm sure all of you, including myself, are excited about. So there was a recent release of the Lite wallet, and basically some of the things that Forge is improved and done on that is, dark mode is now available, which I love dark mode. It's fantastic. And you can add multiple pirate-based themes to it, or he added multiple pirate-based themes to it. So just like treasure chest, single address inputs to prevent all transactions from overlapping within the mobile wallet. You're able to update checkpoints without recompiling the entire thing, which improves, load times and things like that. Improved transaction fee and change handling. Updated the UI to use single transaction inputs. Updated the settings tab. Added the show transaction fee toggle and added the show transaction change toggle. So this way you can view or not view that, which is super handy, especially for new users who don't understand the transaction change. So it's a really, really nice feature. And plus, if you know about it anyways and you don't want to see it, it cleans everything up a bit. So now as far as our socials go, we surpassed 6,000 followers on Twitter, 3,000 users on Telegram, and over 1,000 users in YouTube, which is insane. I mean, we started beginning of this year, I think it was, with just maybe a handful of people on Twitter, YouTube following us, and now we got over 1,000, which is crazy. It's especially given the amount of time that it was. So, hats off to the whole crew and especially Dream Team for pushing YouTube and things like that. So, I mean, we're doing really, really well as far as growth is concerned. So, and it only goes up from here too, because the key thing is that the more users you have, the more users you can attain and reach, right? So if you have, 10 followers and you're trying to, promote yourself, you have 10 followers that you're relying on to, share and things like that. Whereas if you have, 6,000 like we have on Twitter, you have now the potential of 6,000 users sharing your content, and that spreads it way further. So really, really solid numbers, and I'm really happy about that. And speaking about users, we tripled the live participation in the weekly and monthly meetings with over 80 people watching across all platforms. Or essentially, which is 6 websites like Twitch, YouTube, and so forth. So it's absolutely fantastic to see that people are listening in to the updates and just, the interesting things that Lutz comes up with for the weeklies for people to speak with and just various interviews and things like that. So it really helps across all boards. And speaking about socials, we got a like and comment from Naomi Brockwell on Twitter, which is really cool. I mean, it was due to a video that Cosius made, which is hilarious, and really, really well done. So shout out to Cosius on that. It was fantastic, and Cosius is a beast when it comes to creating that stuff, or especially outreach to various groups or projects and things like that to try to get us integrated. And speaking about getting integrated, I received news today about Changely, which was about it not being that much longer for integrating. So I'm not going to make any promises because anything can happen, but from my understanding, it's in about a week. So hopefully, we should be listed on Changely. Everything should be up and running. So hats off to everyone who donated and supported us through that. That was fantastic because that was our largest fundraise to date. So that was absolutely crucial. And I truly believe that this is going to help push us forward because Changely is massive. Especially their swap service and their. I haven't looked too much into their exchange, but as far as I know, quite a few people use it. So we'll get some really good visibility on that. Let's see. Oh yeah. So in March, we had the highest traffic month ever for Pirate Chain on our website, and that's huge. That's absolutely huge. That means people are looking us up. That means people are actually reading our articles that are posted on there from our blog posts and things like that. People are downloading the wallet and everything. So that's a huge, huge deal. So that means that, you know, users are starting to join, you know, our visibility is starting to grow even more. So we're continually growing, which is absolutely fantastic news. Now, the paper wallet is being updated for those of you who have asked about that. So prior to, there was a few issues with the paper wallet, and you had to do some things manually, but now it's updated to the point where it's automatic, I believe. I think you have to open up command prompt to use it, but aside from that, everything works flawlessly with it, which is fantastic. So let's see. As far as Exodus is concerned, um, for those of you who didn't see the news on that recently, yeah, they're trying to charge us $500,000 to list, which is not what they originally told us. And to our knowledge, and from what Lutz was told, as soon as we listed on Changely, they would list us. But now they're saying, oh, it's only $500,000. Shouldn't be that bad, right? Yeah, so that isn't going to happen. However, there is Edge Wallet, which basically responded to that. And long story short, we'll have them on later today during the U.S. meeting, so which is in about 5.25 hours from now. So we'll be doing an interview with him, like after the update portion of the monthly for the U.S. and basically just asking questions, things like that, and then the hope is that there'll be a lot of interest on his end to interview us, or not interview us, list us in his wallet, which would be absolutely fantastic. Does anybody have any questions or comments? Actually, before anybody asks anything, if you guys have noticed, we have the new version of the weekly meeting channel, right? Which means that this is I forget what they call it exactly, but what this allows us to do is essentially have a few speakers, however many speakers we want, with everyone else being in the audience, which auto mutes everybody, which prevents the sound of like people joining and leaving, things like that. So it makes it a lot cleaner and a lot easier to listen to, because before, every so often you hear that doo-doo or doo-doo every so often, which was really annoying, especially if you were speaking, So the way to speak or ask to be able to speak is to raise your hand. There's a little hand button. You can click that, and that'll put up a little symbol next to your avatar that shows that you want to speak and ask a question or whatever. So that's how we know somebody wants to say something. So once you do that, we can pull you onto the stage, and then you can say what you need to say or ask a question, and then we can pull you right off. So it makes things a lot easier. So If you don't want to speak, you can also, type into the weekly meeting chat as usual. So I'll check that for a second.
How's the progress with war?
All right. Doesn't seem like there's any questions. Hey, Forge, you up for talking about the wallets? Just to go into more depth about it?
Sure, I can talk about the wallets. Hello?
I don't think we can hear you.
Can you hear me? I'm talking. Can you guys hear me?
We hear you loud and clear, yes.
Okay.
I could hear you.
All right, what do you guys want to know? You just want me to go into just tell you about whatever?
No, just if you can just talk a little bit about the recent updates to the Light wallet and the other wallet updates you're working on. That'd be amazing.
That's good. Yep, no problem. I updated the Light wallet. It will use version 1.03 used whatever inputs the program decided it wanted to use. It could be spread across multiple addresses or from a single address. I don't exactly remember how it sorted. I think it might have sorted by note size. And then the change would go back into one of the addresses it pulled from. I changed that to use a single address input like the full node wallet, so it'll function very similarly. You will select an address you want to spend from and then put an address you want to spend to. You'll need to have enough in that spend from address to send your transaction, and it'll work exactly the same. The reason I did this was because the Light wallet and the mobile wallet use the same 24-word passphrase. So you could use the same passphrase on your Light wallet and your mobile wallet and have the same primary address in both wallets. But if you added an address to your Light wallet and then started spending stuff from there, you could get some funky transactions on your mobile wallet. You could see your balance disappear and it just made for weird kind of transactions. So I wanted to avoid that and not have people question or think that something was going wrong with the mobile wallet because their transactions looked weird. So I've also added a bunch of different themes so that it also will look like the full node wallet. You'll notice that if for those people who have loaded 1.04, you'll have, I think, 6 or 7 different themes. They're high-res images. I think they look pretty nice. And we'll be adding all of those to the full node wallet here in the next week or so. So everything will look the same across both wallets. Let's see, what else did I change? I changed the TX or the transaction fee and change handling capabilities of the Light wallet. If you want to see your change or you want to see the transactions fees that are associated to the transactions you're sending, there's a toggle in the settings that'll let you see that. Personally, I like to see that because I like to account for every coin, but that's just me. Other people may only want to see the totals that are being sent and spent. So you have that option if you want to do that. I would like to get that into the full node wallet, but that's not quite there yet. Let's see, what else? I think that's about it with the changes to the Light wallet. You'll also notice that it's significantly faster. It'll sync faster. We updated the back end to increase the size of the block cache kept in the SQLite repository on the server. So I want to say it's probably like, I want to say 10x faster to sync. And I set it up so that we don't have to recompile the wallet every time we add a checkpoint. So the highest checkpoint now is at 1,300,000. And we can add a new checkpoint at any time and everybody's wallet will be updated simultaneously. So there's no need to recompile and re-release, and which is kind of what the problem was with 1.03, is that we had to go in and update the actual code to change checkpoint, which is kind of cumbersome because the checkpoints are going to be constantly changing. We're going to constantly adding them.
Oh wow, that's quite a lot of improvements.
Yeah. That's basically it for the Light wallet. The full node wallet, which is in beta right now, doesn't have a lot of updates, but it does have one primary update, which is the receive tab lag. I know that a lot of people have said when they click on the receive tab, it takes a while to load. And I was aware of this. It's definitely a UI problem that will be fixed in the next version, which I believe we're hopefully going to release later this week or early next week. And then the updated themes, which will reflect what we have in the Light wallet.
So just to let you know, Ford, I was a little skeptical about you saying that the Light wallet was faster. So I checked it out, and holy crap, man. I love you.
Yeah, it's a lot faster.
Oh my God.
We all love you, Forge.
Thanks.
Cool. Hey, Lutz, did you have a question before? My sound settings were messed up.
I was just gonna ask for an update on war.
Yep. So, as I said previously, once my side thing is done, we'll have the gateway being built for war right after that. So I'm hoping, actually, I'm not hoping, I'm planning on having my side stuff done on 23rd. And then shortly after that, the gateway will begin being built for war. And then on top of that, we'll have to create a BSC contract for it. And then from that point, should be good to go. We just need to provide liquidity. So my expectation is next month, like definite next month. So
Awesome. And then people could take their pirate and stake it and earn coins like they were like as if it was proof of stake, right?
yeah. So
As if.
so the way that that'll work, just so nobody gets confused, we're not generating more coins. What happens is, since we're going to be listing on PancakeSwap, I'm going to set it up so there's a 1% fee for transactions. You know, so when that happens, essentially that 1% gets distributed to half of that gets distributed to the liquidity stakers. For those of you who know a little bit about DeFi and liquidity staking, and the other 0.5% gets distributed to the project, which is Pirate. So that this way, you know, we can have at least a little bit of income to fund various things, and you know, essentially not have to rely as much on community donations and things like that. Because you know, as amazing as you guys are with donations and everything, you know, the less we ask, the better it is. You know what I mean? Because we don't want to keep, even though we are a community project, we don't want to keep asking you guys for assistance with funding certain things. So we're looking at different avenues for funding currently, and one of which is, you know, the 1% fee for trading war on PancakeSwap. So that's where the for those of you who are thinking about staking, essentially it would be you would provide liquidity on PancakeSwap for war, and then you would stake that liquidity, and we on more than likely our website. Like we would probably build a section for it, you know, instead of just creating a new website for war. We would just have a section on there where you can just go in there and you know, connect your Binance Smart Chain wallet or your MetaMask wallet, and be able to stake liquidity on the website and then see how much R you're pulling in or WAR you're pulling in. And all that will work through a gateway system that will be built by Polarity. So this way you can take your WAR, send it back through the gateway and to your Polarity wallet, and then you'll have R at that point, and you can send that to wherever you want.
Awesome. How about the I2P front? I saw some code. I found some code. I saw it early March. Bitcoin has recently just adopted I2P in their core. I posted that code in the R&D department. I'm sure Forge has been busy, but I think it might help implementing I2P into Pirate a lot easier.
I am aware of that code and have begun implementing it.
Oh, awesome! You're the man.
Yeah, I got a little stuck in one spot, so I'm having to write some stuff because Bitcoin's files are a bit different than ours. So there are some adjustments I need to make to the code to make it work, which I'm trying to work through now. Yeah, I'm working on it.
Oh, awesome, bro. You're the man. Everybody out there, I2P, the Invisible Internet Project, that's what it is. Look it up. If you want to understand why it makes things safer. I just recently read how I was doing some research on how to implement IRC, old school chatting application, with I2P. Coastline actually got me onto it yesterday, so I spent all night researching it. And if you want to understand it, research that. So how do you how do you use IRC with I2P, and you'll find your answer as to why it helps make everything a lot safer. Having it in Pirate will be amazing.
Oh, absolutely.
We'll also be able to upgrade the operating system to use I2P now, which will be awesome. So the wallets could work through I2P. That would be amazing. That would be really safe.
Can I just say very quickly that to thank everybody, the whole community for attending. We have record numbers today. We have 92 people watching. We have lots of people on Twitch. So a shout out to all of them. And there's also lots of people on YouTube and here in Discord. So thank you guys for coming.
Yep. And this is the monthly update with Draith, guys, your host, Draith. And you got Forge here, the developer. You got me, Lutz. You got Cax, our front lines. You got Benny from the marketing and R&D team. We got a lot of people here. You got Wookie, our technical writer. You got Dream Tim, our star marketer. A lot of teammates in here, guys.
Hey, Lutz, this is Benny. I had a question for Forge. Are there any plans for Treasure Chest to implement a login password? And another question I had for you is, can you elaborate on the function or of the spending and the viewing key, please?
Sure. I do want to get a password set up. I just got to figure out how to do that. If I want to do that within the wallet itself or external to the wallet in just the QT part of the application, I don't know where the best place to put that is yet. But I've been thinking about it and trying to figure out how to best do that. I know that the encryption functions and the password functions are disabled in the wallet because it has the actual wallet file, because it interferes with the shielded transactions, which is why Zcash disabled them upstream. But I need to do some more investigation to figure out exactly what the problem is with that. So I may just implement it in the QT part of the application for now, and then maybe move it later. I haven't decided yet. As far as the spending versus viewing keys, your extending spending key will give you full access to the funds, the address, all of the associated keys. It's basically the master key for your address. The viewing key will let you, if you import that, will let you see all of the transactions. It is the full incoming and full outgoing viewing keys. So you can see everything, you just can't interact with it in the wallet. Did that answer your question?
So there's no way I can just give someone a viewing key to just see that one particular transaction. They would have access to seeing all my incoming and outgoing.
For that address, that is correct. There is
Okay,
no
gotcha.
single key viewing or single transaction viewing key.
Understood. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's why you make a new address every time you deal with a new person.
Well, you have, like in my instance, what I do is I have my cold storage stuff, which is my primary wallet. I never send from that ever, unless I'm sending to myself. And then I have other addresses that I use for various other things, like, that I use for public stuff, like, sending people funds or receiving funds from other people. So
There does need to be, I think this is a hole in this the sapling implementation. There's no way for you to verify or have somebody external verify a single transaction with a single key. And I think that's a problem. I have had thoughts about how to do that. Something similar to like hashing the transaction hash with something else, so that I can make a unique key to encode the outgoing viewing key with. But I haven't figured out the exact implementation of how that would work. So that a unique outgoing viewing key would be used on every transaction is where my thought kind of goes to. That you could then, if you had the spending key of the address that spent it, you could derive that viewing key and then be able to send it to somebody so that it can be verified externally without revealing all of your transactions.
sweet.
That's just thoughts in my head. There's nothing written for that yet.
We expect that next week. So. Hey, Cax and Tim, are there any questions from Twitch or YouTube or anywhere else?
Yes, there are. Somebody on Twitch asked if we will join the Trust wallet.
I never heard of it.
I have. I mean, that's something that we can have our guys reach out to, like Cosius, and see what kind of a response we get from them. So definitely a possibility. One of the questions from YouTube was, will we be able to use Ledger? Currently, as far as I know, no. That's something that we have to talk to Ledger about, I believe. Right, Forge? Like, that's not something that we can just put ourselves into.
You know what? I am not sure about that. I probably need to do some research on that.
Okay. And another question from YouTube. Is there no way to have multiple receiving wallets on mobile?
It's not designed that way.
But that could be something that could be implemented in the future, though, I would assume, right?
The back end is capable of it. Yes. But the front end design of the Pirate Mobile does not have that function set up.
Gotcha. So maybe we can add that to our list of things to add to wallets, or for the mobile wallet, in the future.
Well, also, is there a variable such as if you increase the amount of addresses held in a wallet, it increases the CPU time?
Yes.
I mean, would it bog down a phone and make a phone slow?
yes, it would take longer to sync
Mhm.
because it has
Some
Yeah, this is
people,
it does have to try to decrypt all the transactions that come out with multiple keys at that point.
Breezy is asking on Twitch if it's necessary to create a new address every time you want to use the wallet.
It is not.
It's actually recommended the opposite, right? Can we tell people why for Pirate
The
Ocean?
yes, the using a different address for every transaction is kind of left over from the Bitcoin mentality where all of your transactions were visible, everybody could see your address. So to increase privacy, it was recommended that you use a different address every time you do a transaction. But with Pirate, that's not necessary because nobody can see your address anyways. When you send a transaction to somebody, nobody can see it. They can't see where it came from, who sent it. The receiver has no information unless you add something to the memo field that tells them where the funds came from. So there's no reason to create a different address every time you want to send something.
Yeah, and to comment real quick, and doing that with Bitcoin gives you a false sense of privacy as well,
Yeah.
because you always see where those funds end up going, anyways.
Mm-hmm. If you want to create a different address for people to send you funds, that's a little different because I mean it's a little less private because you put your address out there. But even still, if you send the same address to two people, they can't see that another person is sending funds to that address. They can only see the funds that they have sent to that address.
Turkish is asking, is there a recommendation to either use Treasure Chest or Ocean? Any ups or downs between those or the other wallets? So Treasure Chest replaced Ocean, right? So Treasure Chest is the latest and greatest wallet that we have. So Ocean is just basically has been replaced by that. So, and as far as ups or downs between the Treasure Chest versus the other wallets, Treasure Chest is a full node wallet. So you're interacting with your own node versus, say, the Light wallet, where you're interacting with a node that's hosted by Pirate. And same goes for the mobile wallet too. So if you want complete security and privacy, I would absolutely use the full node wallet if you can. If not, the Light wallet is secure and private as well. It's just hosted by us.
Oh, that's weird. So next week, guys, I think we're gonna have Aaron on as well, from the R&D department. He's gonna show us something new he's been working on. So I'm hoping it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna need a lot of testing if it is awesome. So keep that in mind. Everything is still alpha stage that comes out of R&D. The main team has to look it over as well. So don't get too excited, but at the same time, get excited. People are working on stuff, so that's cool.
All right, so another question. How many nodes do we have for the Light wallet? It's just one, right, Forge?
Yeah, it's just one.
Maid Alexis is asking on Twitch if there's any plans about an integration on the Komodo atomic DEX.
Yes. There are plans. Now, as far as the timeline for that, I have no idea, and neither does anybody else. It's something that I believe Forge is interested in doing. Don't let me put words in your mouth, Forge, by the way. But and it's something that we will be working towards. But as far as a timeline, there's a lot of things that need to be figured out first. So, and Forge, if you want to add anything else to that, you can.
No, I'm good.
All right. Anybody else got questions?
99 people watching.
Damn. Thank you all for setting the record for us for amount of listeners for a monthly meeting. That's absolutely fantastic to see.
Live listeners, yeah.
Oh, live listeners. Yeah, live listeners. Now, Tim, do you want to tell people if this is recorded or not? And then, if not, where can they hear the updates and stuff?
Yes, so this is recorded. As soon as the meeting is over, we tend to post these recordings either on our YouTube channel and on our Twitch channel, so you can catch up with those meetings if you haven't had the time to be there for the whole duration afterwards.
Yep. And if you have some questions, obviously you can post them whenever, but if you want them answered live during the monthly meetings, so we have the EU Asia meeting, which is right now, which is going on now, obviously. And then we have the US meeting, which is exactly the same thing, but held at 6:30 p.m. Eastern, which is a little under 5 hours from now. So you'll get another chance to ask a question live and things like that in shortly. So
Hello.
yeah, that's a good point, Wave. Actually, sorry, go ahead, Werner. Sorry, I didn't know that.
It's okay. Thank you. Am I allowed to ask questions to something else? That question will be about. I'm just asking about you. So, what your thoughts about they are coming an update on July on the ETH. Just wondering what you guys think about that.
What update is coming?
An update on the ETH altcoin.
Yeah, but what are they updating exactly?
I guess they some updates to lower the gas fees.
Ah, gotcha. Well, it's been a long time coming, a need that's been needed to happen for a long time because their gas fees are just insane. You know, I saw a meme recently that said, Visa now accepts ETH, so you go to buy a burger at McDonald's, and the meal costs $5.99, the transaction fee costs $50. So, but yeah, I mean that's something that's been a long time coming for them because they needed to deal with that. But there's also Binance Smart Chain, which is a lot faster and as well as a lot cheaper to transact with, and I believe it's a VM of ETH anyways. So it's basically the same thing. You can use the same addresses for it too. So.
Okay.
And War will be on Binance Smart Chain, not on ETH, right?
Correct. It'll begin on Binance Smart Chain. Now, if there is major demand for it on ETH and ETH lowers their transaction fees by a significant amount, then yeah, I can see it's going on there as well. So, but that'll be a little while, way after Binance Smart Chain's war, anyways, because that requires a whole other setup as well. So.
Okay, nice.
Cool. Appreciate the question. Now, Wavehead had something. He said, of course, everyone running their own full node can connect to their own light wallet too, which is the best scenario from a privacy standpoint. So that actually is a very good point. So essentially, for those who are technically savvy with this stuff, what you could do is you can run your own full node wallet like Treasure Chest, right? And then with your light wallet, what you could do is you can connect to your own node. This way you're not connecting to, say, the node that's run by a pirate. And it'll increase your privacy and security as well. So that's something that you're able to do as well. So good point, Wavehead.
If you guys want to help him, I'm sorry.
I was thinking that's something we should think about for the mobile wallet as well. Right now, the mobile wallet doesn't have the option to change the server it's attached to, but if we add that function, then you could run a full node and connect your mobile to it as well.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's take a couple more questions if there are any, and then we'll go ahead and wrap this up. And actually see a couple already. What about Tezos? They're gearing up too. So yeah, I mean, any suggestions as far as wallets or hardware wallets or whatever, throw them our way. We'll do our best to contact each of the teams and see what we can do about that. So anywhere we can have Pirate on a third-party wallet that's a solid wallet, we'll definitely have an interest in doing. And a side note, we are at the BPSAA. We are interviewing a potential partner that is a hardware wallet, and if that goes well and everyone says yes, Pirate could be implemented into that hardware wallet as well. So that's something that is a possibility.
What? Hardware wallets? That's awesome, bro. That's awesome. Great news.
Yeah, but I don't want to get hyped up about it yet, because until it happens, then I'm just going to act like it isn't ready yet or isn't possible yet.
As far as I'm concerned, it already happened.
Oh, another side note, for those of you who are interested in the mobile wallet, it's available on Google Play. So just look up the Pirate wallet, and for the company behind it, you'll see BPSAA Foundation, because that is going to be the avenue that we use to get on to Apple and things like that. So you won't see Pirate Chain as the creator. You'll see BPSAA Foundation, and that's specifically because we need a backing company for Apple. So to stay consistent, we put that as the backing company for Google Play as well. And Pingu says, will war transactions also increase the anonymity set of Pirate? No. So war transactions will not, because it'll be on a different chain. It won't affect our chain at all as far as privacy is concerned. So it won't make it more private or less private. It's just that you have another avenue to trade on and things like that. Now, keep in mind that I would compare it to, say, having your R on an exchange, in a sense, right? So it's not like keeping your stuff on an exchange, but at the same time, the way the exchange works is it's like a database, right? So it's not, so transactions that occur in that exchange, like buying and selling, things like that, does not increase our anonymity set. So it's the same concept as that.
Only in a true P2P DEX does that happen.
Correct. That's why I didn't say DEX. I said central exchange.
That's why I'm excited for it. That's why I'm.
Go ahead.
We lost you there at the end, Lutz.
You may have frozen.
Yep.
Okay, so since there's a flood of questions now, it seems like, let's do two more and then we'll call it. So anything new coming up with Ghost Ship OS? We are, well, Lutz and his team are creating the full version of the OS. When that's going to be available, I'm not sure. That's something for Lutz to talk about. But it's going to be bigger and better than Ghost Ship. So Ghost Ship, like we all know, it's used specifically for a wallet, and that's it. Whereas there's going to be more uses for the new version that comes out. And then I'm not sure if it's that version or the version after that that we're going to create. That's going to include all the members of the BPSA as well. So you'll be able to trade on, Polarity or TN Dex. You'll be able to use Ether1's IPFS storage, blah, blah, blah. Sentinel's DVPN, all that cool stuff. So, but that I'm not sure that's going to be the next version or the version after that.
Breezy asked a very good question on Twitch. He says, how can we increase privacy and security when ARRR is supposed to be super safe in the first place? Can we clarify on that, please?
Oh, absolutely. So, what is the number one, what's the weakest point in any security system? It's the user.
Ooh, I wanted to answer that, damn it.
Yep, it's the user. So the thing is that while our chain is anonymous and the most private in crypto, that doesn't mean that, you can just, leave your laptop sitting around or, connect to public Wi-Fi, blah, blah, blah. There's steps that everyone should take to secure their funds and to make sure that they stay private. So when we talk about things like, increasing your privacy and security, aside from Pirate Chain, that doesn't mean that Pirate Chain isn't, completely anonymous and things like that. That means that the user itself has potential fail points, I would call them. Where, like, for example, like I said, connecting to public Wi-Fi, leaving your phone or laptop sitting around in public, or things like that. So there's steps that everyone should take to to ensure that they keep their privacy.
It's called the clean desk policy. Most people don't follow a clean desk policy, and that's why you can't trust the users. You could Google that term.
Yeah. So, and the last one was any recommended pools for CPU mining Pirate? Well, the way you would CPU mine is you would actually mine something like Varus or another CPU mineable coin on, say, Zerg pool or Z pool, and then change your payout to Pirate. So that would be the best way to do that. But all right, guys, let's.
One more question if I can.
All right, go for it.
I know it was on the agenda for today and probably missed it. Maybe I missed it. The Miami Crypto Experience. I know that we're not sponsoring it fully. Do we have any plans at all to do the minimal, which would be to have Lutz speak on the stage? And also, just so you guys know, there is a $250 coupon code, MIABTC number 4, and then ever. You get off basically $250 from the Miami Crypto Experience. I used it. Lutz used it. It's only $50 basically, and it'll give you access to all 3 days from April 21st to the 24th.
Yeah. So
They actually said they wanted me to speak, right? I totally forgot about that.
So that was something that they provided as an option. $500 would basically give us, that opportunity where they would give you the ability to speak and also have our video displayed throughout all the workshops. Before the workshops begin, there's going to be a TV outside, and they're going to display our promo trailer outside. That's actually being worked on right now, by the way.
Yeah, we should 100% do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
$500.
Yeah. No,
and
that's
in Pirate Chain, guys. They want it in Pirate Chain.
That's a bargain. Yep.
I'll fund that myself. I don't care.
Yeah, word. That's what I was just gonna say.
All right, so I'll make sure that gets expressed.
Sweet.
Cool.
I'm gonna fly down. My wife is sick, so I'm gonna fly down just for the day, and I'll be coming back that night. But I will attend.
Oh, the only thing is that I remember, he did want us to stay at the hotel. That was the only thing. 500 in Pirate, but they wanted us to buy basically the package to stay at their hotel room. That's one of the things I missed.
I mean, you
Yeah, how
guys
much
have
is
to, you guys
We'll
have to stay
cover those
there.
expenses.
Yeah, well, we got that.
Yeah, so I don't know what that is. So yeah.
You can make pretend I'm in the hotel room, okay? It'll
But-
be nice and clean for you.
All right, guys, let's go ahead and wrap this up. So I appreciate everybody showing up. This was absolutely fantastic. Had some amazing questions. I appreciate everybody in the community, and so does the rest of the team. And stay safe, and we'll see you next month for the next meeting. Or if you want to show up at the next meeting we have today, which is the U.S. meeting at 6:30 p.m. Eastern, which is 10:30 p.m. UTC. So this is Drake signing out, along with the rest of the team. If everyone wants to say goodbye.
I'll see you later in a couple hours.
See you guys.